Hi there, I'm Thomas Blug from Germany and I'm here with BluGuitar and I want to show you my new amp. It's the AMP1. The AMP1 is a 2-pound 100 watt nanotube amplifier. It's all analog and it gives me the features that I have been used to with all tube amps, like a multi-channel boutique tube head. So AMP1 has 4 channels. There's a clean channel, a vintage channel, a classic channel and a modern channel. A simple layout with a 3-band tone control, built-in reverb, a boost. On the side we can see the so-called custom controls, so you can tweak the sound to your personal demands. So there's a boost control, there's a volume and a tone for the modern channel, a volume and a tone for the classic channel. No tone for the vintage channel, since this is kind of tailored after my beloved GTM 45, which is very authentic, and one for the clean channel. Here you can see a switch for the effects loop. It is a serial parallel switch, and then there's a little 3-position switch for the noise gate. So you can have a very, very clean sound. The unit itself is not noisy, but it makes sense to have a noise gate built in the amplifier. It can measure the input signal and the output of the channels. Well, here you can see the universal power inlet. It will work anywhere in the world. And this socket here, the remote socket, can be used for a standard foot switch, a double foot switch for clean overdrive and boost. And also it can handle our special MIDI adapter, the MIDI 1 cable. This turns the socket into a MIDI input, so you can combine the best of the analog amp and your digital effects. And the other option is to connect it to our remote 1 pedal to make this a programmable amplifier system. Well, here we see 2 speaker outs, 8 and 16 ohms. There is an analog recording out with a pretty good sound on the analog side that can be used as headphones as well. And this is send and return for the effects loop. And of course guitar in. On the bottom, the first thing we see is a recess for a handle. So this amp will sit safely on a cabinet that has a handle, just like a tube head. And in this corner there's a little hole for an effects level switch for vintage pedals that only can handle like guitar signal level. And the switch is from -10 to +4 dB. And these 2 things go along with our Easy Lock, which is a neodymium magnets that you can screw onto your pedal board, so you don't have to fiddle around with Velcro. You can take this off, put it in your gig bag, put it on your pedal board, and you know, it's very strong connection and it's clean. The 3 internal foot switches can also be programmed with your 3 favorite settings in case you want to use this as a stomp amp in front of you and have your 3 favorite sounds in here. Here's an example for the clean channel. I engage the boost with the clean channel. Here's an example with the clean channel all the way up plus the boost, so you can hear how my clean channel actually breaks up. So this is the vintage channel with a low gain setting. Yeah, this channel is really touch sensitive and reacts very well to the volume control on your guitar. That's the classic channel. And that's even without the boost. Next channel is the modern channel. More gain and creaminess. Here comes the modern channel with the noise gate on metal, no reverb for this dry rhythm sound. Yeah, the AMP1 is an expandable system. So I designed the remote one, which is kind of the luxury foot controller that gives you direct access to all the functionalities of AMP1, which is the 4 different channels. There's the clean channel, the vintage channel, the classic channel, the modern channel, and the boost, the built-in reverb, the effects loop, and extra functionality, which is a second master volume. You can dial in here. And there is even access to the power soak. The power soak is built into AMP1. Well, who needs a power soak? I do, because I'm a vintage freak. But on the other hand, this is also to prove that my power amp stage of AMP1 really sounds and behaves like a real traditional all-tube power amp stage. So you can dial in a power soak level on this one, and even gain. And once you have done all the settings that you like, you hit that button and make it a preset. When this lights up blue, we have preset. And so there's 2 modes. One is the direct access mode for dialing in the tones, and then there's a preset mode which memorizes all the settings. At the same time, the presets will send out a MIDI control change number here, so you can control external effect devices via MIDI. And for those who love the good old noisy pedals like myself, I like pedals like well, compressor for my clean stuff, and then I like some noisy pedals that go with some overdrive stuff, which I like to put in and out the signal path. I need a pedal switching system. So I thought there's some room in this. On the side, I can slide in what we call the looper kit, which is our pedal switching system. And then the remote one will also memorize the settings of the loops. This is the breakout box for the looper kit, and it has 4 true bypass relay loops that can be programmed with the preset of Remote 1, which also holds the information for all the settings of AMP1 and sends out MIDI. So you can make your own very, very sophisticated, all programmable system with AMP1. If you do have any more questions, please contact your Sweetwater sales engineer.